Remedical mayhem. The mysterious medical recheck for Australian partner visas. So you've been waiting patiently, or maybe not so patiently, for your Australian partner visa to be granted. You've already done the paperwork, the fees nearly gave you a heart attack, and the original medical exam had you half naked in front of a stranger who asked questions like, "Have you coughed up blood recently?" You said no, obviously, unless they count coughing up your soul from stress. And just when you thought you could finally sit back and plan your Bunnings sausage sizzle wedding, bim. An email or IMI account update hits you like a rogue magpie during swooping season. It's the dreaded Remedical request. Wait. Remedical? But I've already been poked, prodded, x-rayed, weighed, peed in a cup and checked for diseases I had to Google later. What more do they want? Is this just a loyalty program for pathology labs? Don't worry, you're not alone. Many partner visa applicants find themselves facing the Remedical mystery, especially after hitting the 1-year mark. So let's get into why this happens, how you'll find out, what to do, how long it lasts, and yes, how to survive it with your sanity and sense of humor intact. Let's start with the big question. Why on earth do I need another medical exam? Okay, so here's the thing. The Department of Home Affairs isn't being cruel or playing a prank, although at times, it feels like they enjoy a bit of chaos. The real reason is that your original health check is only valid for a certain period. Once that window passes, the results are no longer medically fresh. It's like milk. At first it's all good and creamy. But leave it for too long and it's curdled beyond recognition. Australia takes biosecurity seriously. They want to ensure that anyone granted permanent or long-term visas doesn't have serious health conditions that could pose a public health risk or become a major financial burden to the healthcare system. So if your visa process drags on for over a year, and let's be honest, it often does, they ask for updated medicals just to make sure you're still fit to come in and not a walking contagion. And no, sadly, sending them a selfie where you look healthy doesn't count. Neither does tagging them in your gym check-in post with #FitF. How do they tell you that you need a Remedical? Yes, the grand delivery. It usually arrives in the form of an email or an IMI account update. If you're a normal person, you check your IMI account once a week. If you're a partner visa applicant, you check it every 27 minutes while simultaneously whispering to your ancestors for divine intervention. One day you'll log in and boom, action required. You click it with trembling hands and there it is. Health examination required again. They don't usually explain it with much flair. You might see something like, health requirement outstanding. Please undergo new medical assessment. No sympathy. No emojis. Just cold, clinical government speak that essentially says, "Hi, we need to reprobe your bodily fluids again." What happens next? You'll be given a new HAP ID, which is basically your ticket into the magical world of Australian immigration medicals again. It's like being re-enrolled in a reality show you didn't audition for. Use the HAP ID to book a new medical appointment through an approved clinic. If you're outside Australia, it's likely to be an authorized panel physician in your country. Inside Australia, Bupa Medical Visa Services is the main provider. Book it fast, especially if you're in a major city where appointments vanish quicker than half-price Tim Tams at Woolies. At the appointment, expect a déjà vu of your first experience. X-ray. Urine test. Blood test. Medical history questions. Do I need to pay again? Oh yes. The visa process is many things: romantic, exciting, full of love. But cheap? Never. You'll need to pay the full price again for the medical. There's no discount for being a repeat customer. Not even a "thanks for coming back" sticker. Depending on your country and clinic, it can cost anywhere from a decent meal out to your entire grocery budget for the month. But look at it this way, it's the price of admission into Aussie domestic bliss and Vegemite toast. How long is a medical valid? Generally, a visa medical exam result is valid for 12 months. That's why most people only need one. But if your visa application sits in the system longer due to backlogs, checks, or because the processing officer decided to go on a spirit quest, you'll need to redo it. Some people have had to do 2, even 3 medicals. It's rare but not unheard of. You're essentially being asked, "Are you still healthy?" Because apparently a lot can change in a year. And fair enough, I wasn't doing yoga and drinking smoothies last year either. Will the results be faster this time? Actually, yes. Since you've done this before, the system already has a lot of your history. And if there are no serious medical issues, the results are usually uploaded to your IMI account within a few days. It's a bit like redoing a school test where you already know the answers. except the test costs hundreds of dollars and involves urine. Funny things that happen at the Remedical. Oh, where do we begin? There's the moment you try to casually explain why your partner visa is taking this long and the nurse just nods like, "Sure, mate." They've heard it all. And then there's the moment you leave the clinic and the receptionist says, "See you again soon," and you scream inside, "I hope not. What if I ignore it?" Don't. Just don't. Ignoring a Remedical request can delay your application even more, or worse, lead to a refusal. The department sees it as a failure to meet health requirements, which are mandatory. Not optional. Not negotiable. Not something you can solve by sending them a fruit basket. So, when you get the notification, take it seriously. Don't wait. Book it. Do it. Get it over with. It's a pain, but it's part of the deal. Final tips for your sanity. 1. Be prepared. Check your email and IME account regularly. 2. Save money early. Budget in case you need to redo your medical. 3. Stay healthy-ish. Avoid doing anything wild right before your medical. This is not the time to experiment with lung cleansing crystals. 4. Bring ID. You'll need a passport or government-issued ID. 5. Take the day off. Between travel, wait times, and recovering from blood draws, just block off your day. 6. Laugh it off. It's frustrating, yes. But also, kind of absurd when you think about it. Wrapping it all up. The Remedical process may feel like an annoying sequel to a movie you didn't like the first time. But it's a necessary part of proving you're healthy enough to live in the land of kangaroos, kookaburras, and extremely strong sunscreen. So when you get that request, don't panic. Grab your water bottle, channel your inner zen, and march into that clinic like the true visa warrior you are. And remember, you're not alone. Thousands go through this every year. And most of them end up laughing about it later once their partner visa is finally granted. Until then, pee in the cup, smile for the X-ray, and hold on to your sense of humor. Because love might be eternal. But visa medicals? Unfortunately, they expire.